Olá pessoas do YouTube, Wasteland 3 para vocês. A nossa missão aqui, guys, hoje é o seguinte. Nós temos que resgatar o Fi do patriarca, mano. Bom, nesse momento, na verdade, a gente vai encontrar a Mother Nancy e o Regan. Ela convidou a gente pra vir aqui. Era no Wasteland, não sei das quantas. A gente está aqui. West Ruins. É aqui que a gente tem que ir, na verdade. Esse aqui, o que é esse aqui? Onde estou? Esse aqui é o que? Deixa eu ver. Western White House. Não. A nossa missão é extrair o Valor Buchanan from the Western White House in the Denver Ruins. Ok. Mas eu também tenho que fazer essa Regan Reborn. Uma audiência com God President inside the Western White House. É aqui também. Tudo aqui. Então bora. Pra cá que nós vai. I wish I could get an audience. Bom, eles são devotos a esse deus, o ex-presidente Reagan.
Partner? Partner?
E aí, Bill? The young man gives you the best stoic, steely-eyed nod. Suddenly he looks like he's about to sneeze. Nod back. He nods again. Nod back. He nods again. Agora suando. Ok, você venceu. Your head will fall off. You keep doing that, kid. Ganhou uma reputação com os Gippers. Ele fica vermelho e olha pra baixo.
Sorry. I was just... That's how you cowboys say hello, right?
Ele ficou me cumprimentando e eu cumprimentando de volta. Ele me cumprimentando e cumprimentando de volta. Ele ficou envergonhado. Eu falei, beleza, você venceu. De onde você tirou uma ideia dessa, mano? Você parece mais um cowboy do que a gente.
From the others. From the stories they tell. About the rangers and marshals and cowboys. They all just nod and squint and stare right through you. You know, tough, hard. My name's Bill. I have a stupid question. I know it's stupid, but I gotta ask. I just gotta know.
O que você vai perguntar?
Have any of you seen my ma anywhere?
Vi minha mãe por aí?
I told you it was a stupid question. How would you know if you saw her? I don't even have a picture of her. I just...
forget it.
Forget I asked.
Sua mãe tá desaparecida desde quando? O que aconteceu? Você já tentou procurar por ela?
It was about 6 years ago.
6 anos atrás.
She had a fight with Mother
Ela
Nancy.
brigou com a Mother Nancy.
Called her a bunch of things I'd never
Chamou de
heard
um monte de coisa que nunca ouviu antes.
They wanted her to become one of those
Eles queriam que ela se tornasse
Reagan's wives.
uma das mulheres do God President.
It's a big honor, but
É uma grande honra, mas eu acho que ela não queria.
She said she'd leave before she
Ela disse que ia
married a
embora antes de
machine.
casar uma máquina.
They told her,
Eles disseram, ok, vai.
go, but
Mas eu não podia ir com ela.
She left.
E ela foi do mesmo jeito. Deixou ele pra trás. Você já tentou procurar ela?
You mean like the stories? Walking the West with a 6-shooter in my hand, saving my mom from engines and cattle barons and railroad men. You think I should do it?
Você já alguma vez saiu daqui do território dos Gippers? Você sabe como é lá fora?
Sure I do. I mean,
sim.
I've never been, but
nunca tive lá, mas eu conheço todas as histórias.
You know, how God President Reagan conquered the West before he was God President. All that.
Por que não? Por que não? Por que not? Vai achar sua mãe. Vai ser uma aventura.
You don't know?
Conquistou
Well,
West?
this was back in the bad old days, when the West was overrun by commies all trying to... The god president was still a man back then, before the ascension, but oh boy, was he tough. He had a six-shooter that fired 7 bullets, and a horse named Ashwater that killed Reds just by looking at them. Anyway, I know the West has gotten worse again since he tamed it back then, but I reckon I can handle it.
Are you really sending this kid out there alone? I mean, he's probably about my age, but he seems kind of soft.
Ela não quer que a gente
What
manda.
was that?
Nada importante. Continue. Vá achar sua mãe. Nada, mas ouça. Não vá. É muito perigoso.
You think so?
Você acha?
Yeah.
É.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Talvez você tenha razão.
I guess it would have been dumb, but oh, it felt right. Like my heart was a locked door, and yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Ma.
Ah, eu vou mandar
Really?
ele. Foda.
Oh, I knew it. The minute you said I should leave, I knew it was the right thing to do. I gotta go find my gun.
Eu acho que eu mandei ele pra morte. Subsistema 2. O que temos aqui? Terminal 2 de 3, Temperature Regulation. Todos os sistemas estão aceitáveis. Não toque. Pela ordem das Nexus. Os terminais operam sobre o Release CPU. Parece que regula a temperatura dos CPUs para a estátua do Reagan. Na hora de importar as electronics. Upgrading this terminal will increase the Reagan status combat effectiveness. Safadeneo it with damage destroy the A statue. Eu não sei exatamente o que eu quero fazer. Não sei se eu quero sabotar ou... Não sei se ele vai estar do meu lado ou contra.
Don't keep the God President waiting, Rangers. You'll find him at the north end of the building, in the sanctuary of the Holy Server.
No norte. Uma fita.
Sysadmin log entry 509. Testament of Sister Nancy Justice. Another unexpected proclamation today. Mother Nancy has ordered a full audit of Reagan's neural net to try and isolate the cause. Sysadmin log entry 1821. Testament of Sister Nancy Justice. Reagan's behavior is increasingly erratic. He's having conversations with persons only he can see. I fear that I don't have the code craft to make this right. Sysadmin log entry 2403. Testament of Sister Nancy Justice. The God President demanded to speak with Nancy tonight. When we asked which Nancy, he flew into a terrible rage. Had to initiate an emergency shutdown for repairs.
Sysadmin log entry 3314. Testament of Mother Nancy Reliance. This log has reached the end of its usefulness and will be terminated. Effective immediately.
A lean, weathered woman size you up as you approach.
If you're looking to get patched up, I'm your gal. They call me the Wyman around here, but I prefer if you're a Nancy and you do something the other Nancys don't like, they shun you and call you a Wyman. Yeah, no idea what it means. Maybe some kind of rat or insect. Anyway, you'll hear a lot of things about me in this shitty city on the hill. None of them good. But nobody can fault my doctrine, so you don't have to worry.
Sure not happy here? Por que você não vai?
So where? Colorado Springs? Why would I bother trading one dictator with delusions of godhood for another? Besides, Colorado Springs has plenty of doctors, and the patriarch would likely string me up within a week for speaking my mind.
Yeah, okay, you're probably right.
Why do they say bad things about you? Can you patch us up?
Well, I was Reagan's second wife behind Reliance, and now I'm not. We'll just leave it at that. Quit! Ha! I was excommunicated. Mother Reliance burned my Nancy wig and used my red suit for a toilet rag. She'd hand me over to the Godfishers if anyone else in this Girl Scout camp knew their way around a medkit. Speaking of, I could use your help to drive that point home. I might be able to waive the fees for treating your wounds, if you're interested. So, like I said, Reliance would have Ronnie light me up if she didn't need me. So, I need to make sure she doesn't start looking at other medical options. Pretty sure the robots at the machine commune have some tricks for healing humans, not just machines. Every once in a while, a Gipper patrol will get lost, injured, and then a couple of days later show up bright as rain, obviously. Reliance has Ronnie blast him before any commie sleeper programming can turn on, but if you're in the commune and get some kind of data on their clinic, I'll heal you up for free from then on. And throw in a few medical supplies. Great. Thank you.
Find a healer at the machine commune at the Denver airport.
Just don't mention this to anyone else, huh?
Okay.
Especially not Forge. Pretty sure she wants this intel too.
Okay.
But if I share, it won't win me an inch with Reliance. Sure, but this ain't a charity. Suits me. See for yourself.
O que eu tenho na minha mochila? Usables. Opa, eu tenho bastante, hein? 59. Very nice, dude. Acho que não vou comprar nada de caneca de pitibiriba. Não vou comprar nada, não. Thank you.
This ain't a charity, Rangers. You need a med kit? Talk to me.
Se fuder.
That's medicinal, Rangers. And it's mine.
Ok. Não posso pegar nada. Neca de pitibiriba. Tá. Painting. Regan. Painting. A primeira Nancy. Speaker perdedor.
Welcome to the Western White House. God President Reagan is expecting you. Please come in.
Já vou. Ele tá me esperando.
I wish I could get an audience with the God President.
Ok, I got it.
Look, I know y'all are a big deal, but that's Gipper property. Hands
Okay.
off. Don't keep the God President waiting, Rangers. You'll find him at the north end of the building, in the sanctuary of the Holy Server. I wish I could get an audience with the God President.
My fellow Americans, well, turn with me now to the book of Bonzo, chapter 12, verse 1. Blessed are the job creators, for the tax cuts they receive will trickle down to the middle class. Well, blessed are the nukes, for they protect our freedom from the evil communist. Blessed is the oil. That's...
A squat bulldog of woman wipes her hand. While an oil stand on a cloth, her work belt is overloaded with tools and guns. 105 pau. Gears Ultimate Edition, acho que esse eu tenho aqui pra instalar.
Hey there, friends. Sister Nancy Forge, Ronnie's fourth wife, and his armorer. Made all our guns, armor, explosives, and that commie-killing Ronnie statue out on our front porch. Trade secret, meaning I won't sell it, and you couldn't. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate the compliment. Anyway, I'm the trader here on top of everything else. You need something? I might have it. And if Ronnie called me to it during one of his spells, way back when I was a girl. She has hands of iron for fortune. When a god tells you your trade, you'd best listen. Blood, sweat, and tears, friend. Blood, sweat, and tears. Scavenged and smelted the plating myself.
Eu tô elogiando ela pela...
And spent a year wrapped
Ela
in the
troca
water.
armas, eu tava elogiando a estátua que ela construiu.
Also hunted and killed
Ela
30
gostou.
or so scar collectors, more than a
Ela
few
tá
of the
explicando.
statues, bits and
Eu tô
bobs have
bajulando
blood on
ela.
them. A fit course it is. I made it. It's an all-American ass-kicking war machine. Yeah! Well now, kinda you to say so. What did you like best about it? Wasn't easy. Months of coding the connection to Ronnie. About 100 miles of cable. And the testing was a nightmare. Worth it in the end, though, if I do say so myself. You know, that reminds me. I got some leftovers from that job taking up valuable space. Make sure you put that to good use, Rangers. Sure, have a look.
Requires 4 de Strange, 6 de Weird Science. O que eu tenho... Eu não lembro, mas... Caralho, Armor mais 16, é isso mesmo? What the fuck? Pena que eu nem tenho esse dinheiro, mas é uma puta de uma armadura, hein? Porra. Nossa. Nossa, quero muito isso. Vou vender alguma coisa aqui. Não sei o que, não lembro mais que as armas é o que. Só se vender essas armaduras aqui que eu não vou usar mesmo pra comprar essa daqui que é top pra porra. Weird Science tem o malucão, né? Ah, requires 4 de força e ele não tem pra usar. É, não vai adiantar eu comprar agora também. Azar. Só se eu vendesse mesmo. Mas eu vou precisar de 500. Weird Science, 4 de força. Logo eu vou poder equipar. Se eu vendesse algumas armas também. Repetida. Aí, já dá. Vou comprar porque tá muito boa. O restante eu não vou comprar porque eu não sei o que é. Foda-se.
Welcome back, Rangers. What do you need? Hey,
Nada.
before you head out, I think you might be able to lend the Gipper Armory a hand. Those commies at the airport have some cute tricks when it comes to repairing both machines and people. Doesn't matter how hard we blast them bots, they always come back in perfect shape. And it's the same with whoever they heal. Even if you can find out how the bots repair themselves and humans, it would help me a lot. Then I can design weapons to make those repairs impossible. Come through, and I'll give you a discount on my stock and a few supplies to boot.
E Guga, salve. Do Wyman Promises, eu posso contar, hein?
Capitalism at its finest. Oh, I hate that woman. But I
Elas não se
respect the
dão bem.
invisible hand of the free market. Here, take an advance on your payment. Find that data.
É, vou ter que trazer a informação pra ela, pra Ford, ao invés da mulher.
Howdy.
Howdy. What's new?
Just watching this terminal for the Nancys. Keep it under your hat, but I'm told it's mighty important. Partner? Howdy. Partner?
Será que eu posso mexer? Acho que ele não vai deixar não, hein? 1 de 3.
Sorry, partners. Access to this console is restricted by order of the
Como é que eu
Nancys.
aguardo? Que jogo é esse? Wasteland 3. RPGzão, mano. Já jogou MM? Não, vou dormir depois daqui. Vou terminar aqui uma meia horinha e vou sair fora. At ease, you know who we are. We're here to help you before the system fails, Ronnie.
What? No, I didn't even realize it. What should I do?
Now, press that F button now. Será que eu saboto?
Sir, yes, sir. Pressing the button now, sir. I think I did something wrong. I hope the Nancys don't get mad.
Eu vou sabotar o outro também, então. Já que eu sabotei esse, vou deixar o Reagan mais fraco. Vai que depois eu tenho que enfrentá-lo, né? Set up an infinite loop in the program. Open the case, discreetly pull up a fail-safe fuse. Machines rams. Sabotei. Beleza. É isso. E tinha mais um lá embaixo, se eu não me engano. Mas aí esse já passou, já foi. Vamos pra reunião. Dependendo de como for a conversa, pode ser que não dê bom pra mim.
Welcome to the Western White House. God President Reagan is expected. Please come in. Thank you.
What is this? Those are the Desert Rangers.
Ó, o
They
filho
work
mais
for my
novo
father.
do patriarca.
You promised to keep me safe.
Calm down, Valor. God President Reagan has everything under control.
Well, now, welcome, patriots. Nancy and I, well, we appreciate your selfless service and want to thank you for it. You are true Americans and, well, good neighbors. Now then, help yourself to some jalapenos and let's get down to business, shall we? As you know.
Ih, tá falhando.
You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to... If it takes a blood, let's get it over with. Well, what do you say?
Are you sure you're a real person? What the heck was all about? Are you alright? Bloodbath?
Well, I think, don't I? Therefore, I am, aren't I?
Computer says the boogie mod. Run current level from start.
You're reading. Well now, welcome, patriots. Nancy and I, well, we appreciate your selfless service and want to thank you for it. You are true Americans and, well, good neighbors. You and I, if it takes a blood, let's get it over with. Well, they say the world has become too complex for simple answers. They are wrong. There are no easy answers. Why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans.
That's enough, Ronnie. You did very well. But it's bedtime for Bonzo now, okay?
Okay, Mommy. Well, I'm sleepy.
I know you are, darling. Night-night. I don't appreciate you toying with the systems that contain the God President. They are delicate, and if damaged, could corrupt his essence. Normally, I'd have thrown you out for such impertinence, but at the moment, we can't be choosy with our associates. I have work for you. Paid work. My husband, the God President, wishes to transfer his consciousness to a human body. To accomplish this, we must acquire a... What was it, Valor?
A cybernetic transfer module. It's amazing. Basically, what it does is...
That's enough for now, Valor. But yes, we must acquire this transfer module from the filthy communist robots that occupy the Denver airport. Or rather, we'd like you to acquire it and bring it here, to us. Once God President Reagan has a human body, you'll be rewarded with money, a fine weapon, and we will relinquish our claim on Valor and restart the oil to Colorado Springs.
It's a deal.
Agreed, but only after Valor helps us transfer God President Reagan.
That's right.
Yes, dear. Meanwhile, our home is at your disposal. I'll tell the sisters you can come and go as you please. Make America proud, Rangers. You don't appear to have the module. Why have you returned? Sister Glory means well, but we can handle a few scattered plain savages. You stay focused on getting the module and resolving. They call themselves a commune and say they are working for the betterment of all sentient beings. It's a lie. They put on a friendly face so they can turn humans against each other. But their end draws near. Once we have what we need from them, they will be dealt with like the dirty communists they are. Bring us the cybernetic transfer module. Then we'll restore the flow of oil to Colorado Springs and release our claim on Valor Buchanan. Is any part of that... You are referring to God President Reagan's tics? Yes, well, my dear Ronnie is just as sane as he ever was. It is the machine that contains him that is failing. These outbursts are caused by faulty wiring and aging hardware. Simulation! The God President is the real and actual Ronald Wilson Reagan in digital form, downloaded into this sacred vessel before his worldly shell failed him. He is, in a very real sense, the last true American, the only man left who lived before the deluge of fire and who knows the secrets of the old world. And through his leadership and wisdom, he will return us to that old world. He will heal this broken land and make it once more a patriot's paradise. The shining city on the hill. I told you Ronnie is not a simulation. He is an adaptive intelligence. His memories are stored magnetically and transferred in and out of storage by read-write heads. Those, in turn, deliver data to and from his processing units. Sadly, the components have degraded over time, and occasional tiny errors have crept in. We've had to work around them. Thank you. You're more insightful than most of the outsiders I've met. A pleasant surprise. Maintaining the God President's hardware and software requires talent and training. It is a difficult, but despite our expertise, we can't change the fact that Ronnie is housed in pre-war machines, and repairing them grows more difficult every year. That is why we're finding him a more natural vessel where his divinity can flourish. Our young Mr. Buchanan is handling the technical side of things. Valor, dearest, could you please explain the details?
I don't have time for this, but if you insist. The module was built to create a direct connection between a human brain and a machine intelligence. it was scrapped after it overwrote a researcher's brain. I'm inclined to believe that was human error, or a weak-minded subject. The design specifications are incomplete, but I know enough to fill in the gaps. Clearly, the device is meant to transfer information to a human mind, not overwrite it.
Thank you, Valor. That was an excellent summation. This transfer capability is precisely what we need to move the God President into a human body. We are reviewing the health and fitness of numerous candidates. Yes? Outsiders always do. Ask away. Wyman is the name used for a former Nancy who has schemed against the God President. One who has spurned his great gifts and fallen from grace. Fortunately, there have been few Wymans over the years. That particular Wyman claimed I was misinterpreting the God President's pronouncements for my own benefit. Nothing but jealousy. Were it up to me, she would have been cast out entirely. Lucky for her, my Ronnie is a merciful God. He merely divorced her, thus making her a Wyman. She is permitted to remain on the premises because of her medical skills. But holy ground like the sacred server room is forever forbidden to her. He is a brilliant computer technician who feels as strongly as we do that the God President must have a new vessel. Without him and his knowledge, the transfer would be impossible.
Oh, Dad's gonna shit his pants when he meets the new Reagan face to face. It's gonna be awesome.
In the days after the godless communists rained fire and death from sea to shining sea, the God President awoke in the ruins of the city on the hill and mourned the loss of the world he'd built. So mighty was his grief, so heartbreaking his suffering, that it was heard across the gray and burning world. Men raged with him at the dying of the light, and women wept at his loneliness. But one woman did more. She healed his wounds and gave him solace. In gratitude, the God President named her Nancy, the first Nancy. Then he led her to this building, dubbed it the Western White House, and decreed that it would be the heart of America reborn. We are his wives, and we all hold positions of great responsibility in his government. It is some of us are warriors, like Sister Nancy Glory, standing strong against the others are scientists and technicians. Sister Nancy Forge, for instance, built many of our all of us serve Reagan to the best of our abilities and work to prepare the next generation of wives to serve him likewise when we die. It is our sacred duty. The sisters protect the God President's people and enforce his laws. I protect the God President himself, and I interpret his wisdom. This has been the honor and the duty of every Mother Nancy since the first. We brief the God President on state and business issues, disputes between citizens, and once he speaks on them, we put the intent of his words into action.
Words?
You mean that I could interpret Ronnie's words in any way I wished? That he is just a figurehead, and I am making all the decisions? Ridiculous! For one who has been at his side for half a century, the God President's intent is always perfectly clear. I am only his wife. I have no power but that which passes from him through me, and no ambition but to serve him well.
Yeah. Immortal Complex Terminal. You tap a key and the bottom console's screens flickered up. As most screens pop up, useful streaks down from space, striking the planet below. É joguinho.
Oh, foolishness. I don't know who put that game on Ronnie's console, but it is an utter waste of time.
Ela fica jogando o dia inteiro. Ela não faz nada. E esse robô aqui, os caras adoram esse deus aqui, como se fosse o próprio presidente Reagan do passado. Mas é tudo alimentado por essa mãe Nancy aí, essa... Ela que manipula todo mundo pra acreditar nisso. Ai, que comédia.
People do rather get the wrong idea about us. I can't say I mind. Let us be underestimated and ridiculed. They think our Ronnie is dead and never coming back, and they are wrong. They accuse us of seeing communists in every shadow, and, well, they are right. But so are we. Make no mistake, dears. We are surrounded by the vestiges of the evil empire. They have turned our great nation into an irradiated graveyard, and they expect us to weep. But we are steel, sisters. We do not bend, nor do we rust. We endure. So let them laugh at us.
So, you're the Rangers. I hear you've been showing the Marshals how it's done. Keep it up and maybe Daddy'll make you... Well, you can go back and tell Saul I'm staying here. The Gippers are my family now. Huh. My father sent me here as punishment for being smarter than him. Stupidest thing he ever did. Damn right I am. The Gippers understand my worth. They're not blind like my I'm the foremost tech and computer expert in the world. You name it, I've taken it apart, put it back together, made it
as modest as he ever...
He's always been like this. A boaster and a brag.
Just a tiny investment in hardware, and I could have given my father access to all the 100 families' records and secrets. But he wasn't going to shell out for any tech unless it could kill someone. Idiot. He's blind. All drive and no vision. Liberty attacked Colorado Springs, and the city alarms didn't go off. So he blamed me. He said I fucked up. I didn't fuck up. Those alarms were sabotaged. My sister! She stole the codes from my room before she left! It was her fault, not mine! Idiots. They're all idiots. They think... No, not without oil, they're not. Let's see how civilized they are a few months from now. The automated turrets, the protection of the Gipper himself, all the Nancys who swore to defend me. Well, I never claimed to be a fighter, but here, I don't need to be. Not if I see you first.
Eu podia prendê-lo logo, levá-lo para Bucanas, mas eu vou fazer a missão, que é a seguinte. Agora a nossa missão é ir até o aeroporto no norte, aqui de Denver, e pegar essa tal de peça importante aí, que vai trazer Reagan de volta à vida no corpo de algum outro candidato. Veremos. We'll see that. Tô curioso, vou fazer isso. Vou levar adiante os pedidos dos malucos.
We're getting reports that, oh wow, a huge mass of godfishers appears to be approaching Denver. Let's hope the Gippers have their defenses ready. If anyone's in the area, lend him a hand.
Vamos dar uma mãozinha. Ui, que susto, que barulho foi esse? Hein? E é isso, guys. A gente continua no próximo episódio. Valeu, falou, fui. Saindo daqui, nós vamos para o aeroporto em Denver. Tchau.